Hello dear students and welcome back to the video lectures of Social Science for class 8th. Students, this year also we are going to continue this video lectures and Zoom classes because all of us are very well familiar about the COVID-19 situation that has again zoomed in the country. Okay, so this is the requirement of the time that we stay at home and keep ourselves safe from this COVID-19, and we are going to continue our studies with the help of video lectures as well as Zoom classes. Okay, so here I am going to start with the videos of geography part, and this year in geography we are going to learn about the resources. Okay, the resources that are available on the surface of the earth, what are the uses of the resources, how we use the resources, as well as what are the things required for producing or for changing or modifying any resource in useful means. Okay, we will learn about that how or what is the need of the conservation of the resources, and we will also see that how humans are exploiting the resources. So let us start our chapter. As I have explained you that our first chapter is all about natural resources. Okay, so here we are going to start the geography part. The chapter number 1 of geography is all about natural resources. This chapter will be available to you in two parts. Here I am providing you the first part of the chapter, okay, and rest of the part I will discuss in the second video. So let's start. But before starting, firstly let us discuss about what are the learning objectives. That means after learning these chapters, what are the basic things that you will be able to learn. Okay, so firstly in this chapter or after learning this chapter, you are going to learn about what are resources. That means you will be able to learn that what are the things that are considered as resources. We will learn about different kinds of resources. Okay, so after learning this chapter, you will be able to answer, or you will be able to know that what are the different kinds of resources, and on which basis resources are being classified. We will learn about that resources are not equally distributed on the surface of the earth, so you will able to learn that how resources are unequally distributed on the surface of the earth. As well as we will learn about that what is the need of conserving the resources. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the start about the chapter. As the chapter name is all about resources, that means the very first thing that comes to our mind is that what are resources. Okay, what is the meaning of the word resources? So students, what are resources? Anything, any material that is present in nature. Okay, anything that is present in nature and that has some utility or value for us or for the human beings, that is only known as the resource. Anything that is present in nature. Here I am going to give you some example that right now, since you are watching the video, okay, and you are having your books and rough copy or whatever copies or pen you are having while watching this video. So for this process, you are having some resources. The very first resource is your mobile phone, your textbook, your copies, your pen is helping you to study. That means they are providing you some utility. The mobile phone helps you that you can watch this video. Your textbook has the explanation of the chapter. Okay, your pen helps you in writing. So all these things has some utility for yourself. So that is why these things are considered as resource. Now the question arises, is everything that is present in nature a resource? Okay, as I have explained you, the definition of the resource is anything that is present in nature and has some utility and value. Okay, that is only considered as a resource. That means nothing is nature in a resource until and unless we are knowing how to use it. Suppose that there is one chair, or you can take example of your book only. The book is a resource for you only when you are learning with it. If the book is only kept in your shelf, okay, and you are not opening it for reading or for learning anything, that means the book is not a resource for you. So everything that is present in nature is can only be a resource when its utility and value is known to us. So remember this thing, that utility and value are the two important characteristics of any resource. Okay, so let's see. Resource are the materials which have got value and used to satisfy our needs. You can say various definitions of resources, like anything that is present in nature and has some utility and value, that is a resource. Anything that is present in nature and that satisfy the human needs or the satisfy our need, that is also a resource. Okay, so there are lots of resources available on the surface of the earth. About that only we are going to learn. Now the next thing that we are going to learn is about using resources. That means, the first of all, from where we are getting the resources. The first question is this only, that what are the types of resources and how we are using it. Okay, so as we are knowing that there are several resources available in the nature. Okay, and like take an example of tree. Okay, the tree provides us oxygen. The tree provides us oxygen, as well as the tree provides us with fruits. Okay, the tree also has some medicinal value. Okay, as well as it also provides us shade. So these are the things that we are using or we are getting from the tree naturally. There is no role of us in providing or in producing oxygen. Okay, as well as we are not helping trees in producing fruit. Okay, so these are the things that we are getting naturally or through nature only from the tree. But we also use tree for getting wood. That means the wood that we get from the tree. Okay, and we change it, the wood, into making the our furnitures or making windows and doors. So that has become, now what I try to explain you is this, that there are several resources that we are consuming directly from the nature, and there are some resources whose form we are changing according to our needs. So dear students, the resources can be of various types. Okay, so first of all, the resources that are present in nature, so that will be the natural resources, because we are using it naturally in its natural form. The next one is, as we have changed the tree into wood, and then wood changes into furnitures or windows or doors. So now here we have changed the form, and these furniture, door, or windows are the man-made resources. We have given it a form, so it has become human-made resources. Okay, like that only the air, water, land, sunlight, plant, all these things are naturally available or naturally occur, so they are considered as the natural resources. Okay, on the other hand, like road, buildings, infrastructures, hospitals, schools, houses, all these things are built by us, are made by us. So these are the man-made resources. We have changed the available natural resources into, according to our conveniency, into useful means. So like this only we use the resources. We use the resources directly also, as well as we change the form of the natural resource. I hope it is clear to you. Now let us move to the exercise, or one activity is given in your book. Here are some pictures. The first picture is of a glass of water. The next is a book. The next is honey. And then some utensils are given. And the last picture is of some vegetables. So can you think that, or can you answer that, are these pictures indicate resources? Yes, glass of water is important. It is showing water, that is important for your survival. Book, it helps you to gain knowledge. Honey, that you consume as a food. Next is utensils, that you utilize for the purpose of cooking your food. Okay, and next is vegetable, that you consume as a food. So are you able to understood that whatever things are present in nature and that is useful for you, that is a resource. So I hope it is clear to you. Let us move forward. And here there are some examples of resources given: the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the food that we eat, as well as the minerals that we use. Minerals like coal, iron, Okay, so all these things that we use, means of communication, like here also this mobile phone is a mean of communication for us. The computer, telephone, mobile phones, all these are also the means of communication, and it is also a resource for us. Okay, now let us move further and learn about some things that for resource, utility and value is very important. If something has utility and value, then only it can be considered as a resource. Now, need of a people. Okay, as we are knowing that, go back to the era of the early humans. Early humans were nomads earlier. Okay, they were moving from one place to another in search of food. They were eating raw flesh like that only because they were not aware about the fire. Okay, but according to their needs, okay, and with the adaptation, they have started adapting themselves into the environment, and they started learning about various things. They have discovered fire also. Okay, and after that they have started eating cooked flesh, and that was bit tasty in comparison to the raw flesh. So according to the needs only, the discovery of the resources or the changes in the resources takes place. As the people became aware, as the people get started getting more knowledge, they started using the resources more efficiently. Let's move further. How human beings make resources useful. Now, what are the things or what are the factors that are required for the humans to make it as a resource? One more thing I want to explain you. Students, humans are the best gift of the nature, and humans are only the gift of the nature that is required for converting all the natural resources into useful means. If humans were not there, then who is going to use the natural resources? So humans are only credited, okay, for changing other available natural resources into useful means. That is why humans are also considered as a resource. Okay, so there are three types of resource: natural resource, human resource, and man-made resource. Let us move further, that how humans started using the resource. They have utilized their knowledge, they have started using their brain. Okay, they have started using technologies, they have started using skills. Okay, so for developing any natural resource into useful, any naturally available thing into resource, human beings required knowledge, skill, training, use, they should know how to use technology. Okay, then only resources can be converted into useful resources. Now, benefits of resources to humans, let us consider or let us compare the early humans with today's men. Okay, today's men and early human. Early humans were not knowing about the resources, they were even not knowing about the copper and iron also, they were not aware about the fire and all the things that is existing in today's world. But today's world is quite developed, as people have has established their control over the resources. So how the life has changed? As you can see, the use of, yeah, successful use of resources has increased the wealth of the people, as well as it has improved the lifestyle. All of us are knowing, you can take example of rich and poor also. The poor are having less available resources, okay, and the rich people are having, they are having more resources. It is quite obvious they are poor, that is why only they are having less resources, and since they are having less resources, this is only the reason that they are poor. Okay, so resources enables people to improve their lifestyle, they increase the standard or the way of living of the people. High well-being, that means people have started, like earlier no transportation system was there, people used to move from one place to another, okay, on their foot only. But nowadays we are having train, we are having other vehicles, we are having aeroplane, ships for moving from or to cover the larger distance also. So this is like this only, the life of the people has changed with the introduction of more and more resources. Let's move further, and the question arises, am I a resource? Do you think that you are also a resource? So yes, you can be a resource until and unless you are useful. You can be a resource, but there should be some utility of yours. Okay, so how can you be a resource? If you are educated, if you have acquired knowledge, if you have developed a skill and know how to use technology, as well as if you are helping in the development or in the economic development of the country, then you are also a resource. Okay, so who are the resource? The people is, if we are considering ourselves, so you are the students, you are the children whom we are developing as a resource. Your development phase is going on. We are providing you knowledge, you are getting education, so that you can be developed as a better human resource. Okay, now let us consider the development of humans as a resource. So students, if we will discuss about something, that the country like India, okay, is a very populous country, but still it is in the developing phase. India is, today also India is not considered as a developed nation, but if we will talk about USA, Japan, these are the countries those who are having less humans, that means their population is less in comparison to India. Okay, so where we are lacking, if we are having more humans, that means we are having more brains. Okay, and we can easily change the resources, since we are having more humans, because humans are only responsible for converting the resources. So for utilizing or for changing a human into an useful resource, okay, so for that only there is a requirement of human resource development. That means, what is the meaning of human resource development? We have to develop the humans as a resource, so that only will be a human resource development. Now every nation requires human, okay, for increasing the development, for developing, for increasing their economic value. So like that only every state is having, every country is having one ministry of human resource development. Like that only India is also having one ministry that's objective is to train people, to educate people, or to develop humans as a resource. Now previous year in 2020, the name of this industry or the name of this ministry has been changed to Ministry of Education. Okay, now what is the work of Ministry of Human Resource Development? The work of Ministry of Human Resource Development is to provide education, training, skill to the people, so that people can become a useful resource. Okay, so now it has been changed as Ministry of Education. Okay, and it is under the government of India. The headquarters of the Ministry of Education is in New Delhi, and the head of this department is Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal, is also known as Nishank. So Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is the head of this ministry. So as we are knowing, this ministry helps or work in the field of providing education to the people of India, so that more and more people can be changed into as useful or can be developed as a human resource. So let us move further and know about some more things. Now we will see about the characteristic that constitute a resource. Okay, what is the major characteristic of a resource? So the very first is, a resource must satisfy our need. Okay, a resource should be available to satisfy humans need. That means anything that has utility or that is satisfying human need, that can only be a resource. A resource should be developed and used. A resource available should be developed and available to use. That means there are lots of resources on the surface of earth. About some of them we are knowing, but about some of them we are not knowing. Okay, in the known one we are using some of the resources, but we have not developed the technology to use some of the resources. That means lots of development, research, technological development is required for using the resources. That is why resource वही हो सकते हैं that we are using. ठीक है, now third is, it is accessible to human. That means it should be easily accessible to us. The resources that are present on the Himalayan ranges, okay, we cannot go there. Okay, so take simple example. There are several fruits and vegetables that are not present in UP, that are not available in UP. Okay, so what we can do is, are we going to those cities or states where those fruits are available for eating? There are varieties of fruits and vegetables that we are not knowing abhi. Okay, we are only knowing the resources that which are available to us. So anything to become a resource, it is very much required that it should be accessed. That means available for the use. It should have some value, like that only I have explained you utility and value. Okay, now let us move further. Classification of resources. So resources, broadly the resources can be of three types, as I have explained you previously also: natural resources, human made resources, and human resources. So let us see that what are natural resources. Natural resources is any resource or anything that is present in nature and has some utility. A natural resource is something that is found in nature that people can use to meet their needs. Natural resources can be land, water, rivers, sunlight, air. The things, animal, plant, human being, all are natural resources. Okay? The resources that occur naturally are considered as natural resources. Now, here you can see I have already explained you that what are natural resources. So everything that occur in nature and has some utility for us, they are considered as natural resources. Now we are going to learn about the classification of natural resources on different bases. Okay. Firstly, we will consider or discuss the natural classification of natural resources only. So there are different bases. First of all, natural resources can be divided or classified on the basis of the level of development. Okay, the level of development. Nextly, it can be based on the basis of origin. Okay, so on the basis of level of development, there are two kinds of resources: actual resource and potential resource. On the basis of their origin also, there are two kinds of resources: biotic resource and abiotic resource. The third basis is on the basis of stock. What is the meaning of the word stock? Stock means in how much quantity something is available to you. We have learned the stock word is being used by the shopkeepers. They used to say, I have this much stock of something, I have this much stock of oil, I have this much stock of clothes. Okay, so stock means in how much quantity we are having. Okay, so on the basis of stock, we are having two kinds of resources: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Next is on the basis of distribution. So on the basis of distribution, like I have explained you that all the resources are not available in every places. It is unevenly distributed. ठीक है, तो on the basis of distribution we are having two types of resources: ubiquitous resources and localized resources. So in this video, I have explained you about what are resources, what are the characteristics of the resources, what are the types of the resources, is everything available in the environment or nature a resource? Okay, no. Resource, anything that is present in nature cannot be a resource, can only be a resource when it's utility or when it is useful for you. Okay, and we have learned about the broad classification of resources. Resources can be of three types: natural resources, human made resources, and human resources. We have learned about what is natural resources: anything that is present in nature and has some utility for us, that is natural resource. The example of natural resources are sunlight, air, water, land, soil. All these are the minerals. All these are the natural resources. Now here we have seen the classification or the flow chart showing the classification of natural resources. We have learned the classification of natural resources on four bases. In the next part, I will explain you all these resources little bit deeply, okay, properly, and we will also learn about the conservation as well as the concept of sustainable development. Okay, so this is all for today, students. Please watch the video carefully, read your book. If you have any queries after this also, ask your queries in Zoom classes, and please watch the video properly. So thank you everyone. I hope all of you are able to understand. Thank you.